Hello, receiving teachers, receiving students, and 6Es.
Hello, Miss.
Thank you. You may be seated. Okay, quickly open to your exercise from your previous lesson that I have asked you to complete for homework. We are going to go through that together on the board. So I'll be choosing volunteers to come up and complete our chart on this recapping exercise. So to the receiving teacher, you can also do the same. Write the exercises on the board and get the students to come up to the board and show their working out on the board. So 6Es, are we ready? Okay, good. So we have our recapping exercise on finding 5 equivalent fractions to 18 over 20 or 36. I have asked you to draw factor pillar like what I have prepared. This is an incomplete factor pillar. So what I'd like us to do is fill in the missing factors of 36. Okay, we have 36 and we also have 18. So these are the two numbers in the fraction 18 over 36. In your other lessons, you've been drawing a lot of factor pillar. So we have the factor pillar of 18 and also the factor pillar of 36 on these two charts. Can we have volunteers now to come up and write the factors of 18, numbers that you multiply in order to get 18. Okay, let's have Fred, is it? Quickly come up and write your factors on this chart. Can we have another student? Having in mind we are correcting it together. Emmanuel? Christina? Quickly, quickly. Ellison? Rodney? Okay, Rodney, come up and write the last factor of 18. Can we have the other students for factors of 18, 36. Factors of 18 is completed. We will go through that as soon as we complete finding or writing the factors of 36. Can we have volunteers for the second chart, which is on 36? Factors of 36. Let's have our friend here. Quickly. Lorraine. Okay, let's have the other girl at the back. Let's have Rupa. Madhu. Okay, Ellison, you had your 10. Did you? Okay, quickly come up. Hurry up, hurry up. Just come and you write what are the multiples of 36, or what are the factors of 36. Okay, you others, you stand on the side and wait until when your turn comes. Stand on the side. Let her write first and then you. And we still have the last one to go. Okay, let's have Brenda. Quickly. One more factor of 36 is missing. Okay, very good to those students who have volunteered to come up and make corrections on this chart. Let's now check to see that our friends have written what we have also written in our exercise books. Okay, the factor pillar of 18, the missing numbers were, we have the first two, which is 1 and 18 is equals to 18. 2 times 9 is equals to 18. 3 times 6 is equals to 18. 4 times 3 is equals to 18. No. Now class, what would be a factor multiplied with 3 to give us 18? Let's correct our friend. Irene from the back, can you call out your factor that you have multiplied with 3 to get to 18? Irene? Correction to the last factor of 18.
6.
Is it correct? 6? Yes, very good. So this one is supposed to be 6 and not 4. 4 times 3 is equals to 12. 6 times 3 is equals to 18. Let's now move on to factors of 36. 1 times 36 is 36. 2 times 18 is 36. 3 times 12 is 36. 4 times 9 is 36. And the last one, 6 times 6 is 36. So I'd like us to give 2 big claps to those students who have come up and wrote their correct factors of those two numbers, which are 18 and 36. Together, 1, 2. So these are factors of 18 and 36 that you should have done first in order for you to work out the common factors from the two. So together now from this chart, I'd like us to work out what are the common factors that are found in this chart and also this one here, the factor pillar of 36. Put your hand up. Or what is 1? 2. Okay, factor pillar. Okay, let's have answers. Just answers. Later I can have it on the chart. We have 2. Okay, I will circle 2 from here. 2 is common from the 2 numbers, which is 18 and 36. What is another one? Caro. Loud and clear? 3. Okay, Caro said 3. Let's look at the two chart. Yes, we have 3 from here. Vanessa?
6.
6. Do we have a 6 from both? Yes. Okay, let's have our friend next to Brenda.
18.
18. Yes. Okay, let's have Joe.
6.
6. Okay, we have already
9.
circled 6.
9.
Okay, very good. We have 9. Any more? I can still see students' hands up. Robert, what is the last one?
1.
Okay, 1 is found in both of these charts here. So we will settle 1 also. So to confirm, we now have these common factors of 36 and 18 are 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, and 18. From these common factors now, we are going to write or choose from the common factors to find equivalent fractions to 18 over 36. The first one, we were given 18 as part of the fraction. What would be the common factor that we are going to choose in order to come up with the equivalent fraction to 18 over 36? Rodney, quickly come up and write what are the common factors that you have used in order for you to come up with the first equivalent fraction. I would like another student to come up and do the second one. Remember, we have already found the common factors, so it's now easy for us to choose from these common factors, and we try to put them here. Remember, we are now dividing using the operation of division. So you write in what common factor that you have used to divide by in order for you to get. My friend Rodney, I thought the whole fraction you have to complete it. Write it bigger. Write out your numbers clearly when you are trying to show you're working out on the chart. Any other students for the second one? Lorraine? Okay, thank you, Rodney. Lorraine for the second one. Remember, we are trying to work out 5 equivalent fractions to 18 over 36. Okay, we still have another 3 to complete. Another 3 students to complete the other 3 equivalent fractions to 18 over 36. Who would like to do this one for us? Not the same students. Can we have the other students? They have started off with the 2. We still have another 3 common factors that we are going to choose from to find the equivalent fractions to 18 over 36. Irene? Did you have your hand up? No. You others, what have you written in your exercise books? Okay, let's have Rodney again, and let's have John. Joe. Sorry. Quickly, Joe. And Rodney. It should have been written in your exercise book. All you have to do is just see what you have written and you put that on the chart. Follow what your other friends have done. That's for Rodney. You complete yours. What did you do? How did you get 2? Get the other marker there, Rodney. 2 times what is 18? So when you divide the same number into 18, you will get 2. Your common factors are up there. You see which numbers haven't been picked out. We already used 2, 3, 6. You others check your work to see that you have the same working out like what our friends have done. Hurry up. Finish? Okay. Thank you. 18 into 18 goes how many times? 1. 1. Okay, thank you, Rodney and Joe. We'll now go through the answers together to see that we have all our answers written correctly on the chart. Let's have a look at the first one. Our friend have chosen the common factor, which is 2. 18 divided by 2 is 9. Because we were already given 18 at the bottom fraction here. So it's a clue for us to work out what would be the common factor that you and I can use in order to find the top part of the fraction. So the first one is dividing by 2. Second one, 18 divided by 3 is equals to 6. 36 divided by 3 is 12. Very good. Let's now move on to the third equivalent fraction. 18 divided by 6 is 3. 36 divided by 6 is 6. Correct. The fourth equivalent fraction, 18 divided by 6 is equals to 2. 6 is, look at this one very carefully. We have already used 6 to find the equivalent fraction here. What are we going to use here now? Is 6 and 3 correct here? 6 is, our friend have divided the top number with 6 and the bottom number using a different factor. What would be the correct common factor that should go in place of these two? Having in mind, we have been given 4. What would be, or what is the common factor that you multiply with 4 to get to 12? But this time, we will divide by that common factor. Vanessa? Loud and clear? Okay, very good. The answer is supposed to be dividing by 9. 4 times 9 is 36. So the same common factor should be used at the top also. Divide by 9. And the answer is correct also. It's only the factors that they have used. So 18 divided by 9 is 2. 36 divided by 9 is 4. So these are the expected answers that you should have written in your book. Your factor pillar and also your equivalent fractions to 18 over 36. Okay, very good to those students who have completed their work. I will be collecting your books to check that also. We will now move on to our lesson topic for today. Okay, our lesson topic for today is on mixed numbers. We should all now be looking at the PowerPoint to see what is really a mixed number. There shouldn't be any writing. Sixes. Okay, what is a mixed number? Listening, a mixed number is a fraction that is a whole number and a fraction. I will repeat. A mixed number is a fraction that is a whole number and a fraction. That is what we mean by the term mixed numbers. Okay, we have one example in a diagram form and also how it is written as a fraction. So we should be looking at what it means. 6th and receiving students, this shows the definition of mixed numbers. A whole number as in a diagram form and a fraction. This has been divided into how many parts? This has been divided into how many parts? 3 parts. So 1 part of 3 is being divided. Oh, sorry, shaded. Thank you. So the fraction, this is how it's shown in a diagram form. 1 whole, and this is part fraction. How it is written as a fraction, we have 1 on the side of the fraction, and also part of the fraction. This is 1 whole, and the fraction part is 1 over 3 or 1/3. So this is how the diagram should look like, and the fraction should have been written like what the definition have said or been read out. Okay, we have a learning activity which I have also prepared that we will look at it as an example also. When you are asked to draw a diagram to show this mixed number 2 3/4, it can be in a block form or it can be in a pie diagram. The circle like this are called pie. It's round, so the proper name would be pie. So here 2 3/4 can be drawn as 2 whole. This one again is being divided into how many parts? 4 parts. How many parts are being shaded? 3 parts. So this is part of the fraction. And this, what do we call these 2? 2 whole numbers. The 2 circle represents these 2, and 3/4 is being represented in this form. 1 part is not shaded, 3 parts are being shaded. So 6th and receiving students, this should be very easy when it comes for us to doing the exercise. The diagrams are very simple, and also the exercise would be simple for you to complete. Now we have the first 2 exercises now on the PowerPoint. You are to write down the mixed number that are represented by these diagrams. Quickly, I'd like you to just write down your answers next to the letter. If you have finished, sit up straight. Okay, let's move on to still part of exercise 1. Exercise C. Exercise 2 is also on the same slide. You are to draw diagrams. This time now you are doing the opposite. So for the students who have finished, I'd like you to continue with exercise 2. Draw diagrams to show these mixed numbers. And you have those mixed numbers A to C.
You can remove those.
When we are drawing diagrams, please be neat and tidy. You can choose to use a pie graph, a pie diagram, which is that circle, or you can use the block to draw your diagrams in order for you to represent those mixed numbers. You should all now be working on exercise 2. Use pencils when you are drawing diagrams. If you are finished and you would like me to check your first exercises, you can put your hand up.
Okay, make sure you shade that, the same shade that you see must also be shown. So this is 1.5. Okay, very good. Okay, make sure you shade and the shading part will represent this fraction here. Okay, shade that and use your pencil. You are on which exercise? What is your answer to this?
For the first one, I just want you to write in the fraction that is being represented by the diagrams. You have the time to draw the diagrams in exercise 2.
This one I divided it into 4 parts. So how many parts? Which one? Come I check the first one. Check this one. Check this one again, this one. This is
okay, some students have finished. Okay, for the students who haven't finished, I know everyone is now on exercise 2. You are drawing diagrams too. So those 3 fractions, I would like you to complete that at your own time today, because I will be collecting your books to check what you have done in your exercise books. So I will give you time to complete that in your classrooms, and then later I will collect your books for marking. So we will now go on to our summary points for today's lesson, which is on mixed numbers. So 6th and receiving students, our summary point for today is, class, I would like us to read that together from this PowerPoint. A mixed number.
A mixed number is a fraction that has a whole number and a fraction.
Okay, this is the short definition of the word mixed number. So I hope we will apply this definition when we are doing our exercises. Our keyword for today, mixed numbers. To the receiving teacher, our next lesson topic is on improper fractions. Materials that you will need for that lesson topic would be a chart and also markers. With that, receiving students and teacher and 6Es, we have come to the end of our lesson. Thank you very much for your participation.
You're welcome, Miss Philly, and thank you for your lessons.
Thank you. You may be seated.